And just a warning, this story contains accounts, descriptions, and visual content of actual or alleged events that some may find disturbing.
Before we begin, please be advised that viewer discretion is strongly recommended. None of the content presented here has been exaggerated or taken out of context. These are the exact statements made by the prosecution team, defense team, and Capricorn Clark on May 27, 2025. Some words have been censored to comply with YouTube's guidelines. What you're about to hear is a voiced-over reading of the Capricorn Clark testimony from the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Source: Courtroom reporter at Inner City Press on X.com. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Listen at your own discretion.
The government calls Capricorn Clark. Where did you grow up?
Born in San Francisco, moved to LA, worked for Def Jam, then Death Row Records, a late 90s gangster rap label.
What was your relation to Mr. Knight?
He is the father of my friend's child.
Then you worked for Sean Combs?
Yes, he is over there in a blue sweater. I worked for him from 2004 to 2012.
Were you kidnapped?
Yes.
When did you first meet Mr. Combs?
When I moved to NYC in 2002. We were super platonic friends. A headhunter said I should work for him as a personal assistant. I did, until 2006.
Your duties?
Shadow him from Wake Up.
Then what?
Head of women's for Sean Jean.
How long?
A year. Then global brand director for Sean Combs. Name and likeness due diligence to grow the brand. Then I was terminated until 2016 for Cassandra Ventura.
Did you work in this building?
Yes, we moved there in 2005.
Your first day, where did Mr. Combs take you?
Central Park, after dark, along with Uncle Paulie. He looked like a linebacker.
Does this photo look like him?
No, he doesn't have on the blackout shades he wore all the time.
What did Mr. Combs tell you in the park?
That since I'd worked for Mr. Knight, if anything happened, he might have to kill me.
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
How did you take it?
Seriously, it had gravitas.
How did you react?
I said, I didn't have anything to do with that stuff.
At this moment, the defense objected and was sustained.
What was Paulie's role?
All aspects of Mr. Combs' movements to keep him safe. There were also D-Rock, Roger Bonds, and Ruben.
Who's D-Rock?
A good friend of Biggie Smalls, running back type body.
Did you ever observe Mr. Combs with a gun?
Yes, in my home.
And did he talk about it?
He, Mr. Combs, told Chris Lighty he had a gun. He had a problem with 50 Cent.
Were you ever accused of stealing?
Yes, jewelry. It had been given to me. It was on loan.
It went missing?
Yes.
What did you do?
From Teterboro, I called 1440 and told them to lock it down.
What did Uncle Paulie do?
He questioned me 3 hours.
You went home?
To Queens, yes, with Uncle Paulie. He searched my house.
Where did Uncle Paulie take you?
1710 Broadway. It was dilapidated. It was being fixed up, but I didn't know that. Uncle Paulie took me to the 6th floor. The door was locked behind us. There was a 6-foot folding table and a heavy-set man.
Can you describe him?
5 of me. 2 linebackers. He was chain smoking.
Did Uncle Paulie stay?
No, intermittently he came back.
What did the heavy-set man say?
I was there to take a lie detector test.
What did he say would happen if you failed the lie detector test?
That they would throw me in the East River.
At this moment, the defense objected and then asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
What was his demeanor?
Very serious. I was terrified.
Did you want to be taking the test?
No, I was afraid.
How was the test?
Wires on you and they question you. Did I steal?
Did he tell you the results?
He said to calm down, that he couldn't get a good reading and he might have to throw me in the East River.
Anyone else in the building?
Not to my knowledge.
Could you leave?
No, Paul said no.
What did Paul say at the end?
That he'd come back the next day to figure this out. We started again, another lie detector test in the same location, all day.
Were you free to leave?
No.
How long did this go on?
5 days.
Did you tell anyone where you were?
No, I was just trying to survive it. I worked under an NDA.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge sustained it and told the jury to disregard the last answer.
What would you have been doing?
Shadowing Mr. Combs.
What happened after 5 days?
That I could return to work, that Mr. Combs would see me the next week.
Did Mr. Combs ever discuss it with you?
No.
Why did you continue to work with Mr. Combs?
If I left, they'd think I stole.
What were your days like?
From his townhouse at 74th Street and Park in the morning to Daddy's house studio at night.
How much sleep did you get?
On a good day, 4 hours. On a bad day, 2. I got a stress condition. I was paid $55,000.
Did you get paid overtime?
No, I spoke to the head of HR. She said I was owed $80,000.
How did Mr. Combs respond?
He ripped up the paper.
Would Mr. Combs stay at hotels?
Yes,
With whom?
Kim Porter, once a week.
What names would he book rooms under?
Frank Black, Frank White,
And the girlfriends?
Jackie Starr.
Where did he stay?
Intercontinental Buckhead in Atlanta, Beverly Hills Hotel in LA.
What were in his bags?
A camera, small bottles of baby oil and lube, cameras, every time.
What would you be doing?
Watching TV, ordering room service, keeping up on sleep. Afterward, I'd sweep the room for anything left behind.
Any damage?
Baby oil.
How frequently would Mr. Combs stay in a hotel with Cassandra Ventura in 2008?
Like once a week. At L'Hermitage, the London, Intercontinental, for several days. The IV drips.
Did he speak to you about his relationship with Ms. Ventura?
Yes, Ms. London was there. Chef Jourdan in the other room. He called Cassie over, asked her to walk there. Hand me that. Go back in the other room. She did it.
What did he say?
You won't do that. That's why you don't have a man.
What did you say?
You're motherfucking right.
Did you observe Mr. Combs obtain
A girlfriend in NY, in LA from one stop. Molly, ecstasy, delivered to Puff or to me.
Did he ask you to get drugs for him?
Yes, ecstasy.
And in the south of France?
He asked me to get cocaine. I said, for who?
Why?
I wasn't gonna do it, given how my mother died.
At this moment, the defense objected and asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
Who did Mr. Combs say the drugs were for?
He said, not me.
Did you get them?
Yes, through the Spanish security guard. He also got prescription drugs in my name. They were in the toiletry bag I'd carry, or security.
What about bulk cash?
Yes, 100,000 euro, coming back from Europe.
Where'd he get it?
Club bookings in Europe. He'd keep it, then give it to security, then into his bedroom personal safe. Fighting.
Was Mr. Combs with you?
Yes, at Star Island. He told me, you are not to leave this house. Pharrell Williams was brought in by boat. I returned Mr. Walker to Palm Island. He called and said, where the F***A are you? You can't have a life. One time, I asked the chef if there was turkey bacon. She said, no f***ing turkey bacon. I said, I hate it here. The chef told Mr. Combs, and he pushed me again and again.
What did he say?
If you hate it here, get the F***K out of here.
Did you leave your employment?
I did.
But you returned?
As global brand director.
Why?
He was impressed by what I did in the job I'd left for. A couple of albums. He said, you wouldn't have to work directly for me.
What were you doing for Ms. Ventura?
Managing her image. Maximize the optics for her. For Sean Combs, he had final approval on everything.
In LA, where did you live?
A gated community. We had followed Kim Porter there.
Where was Ms. Ventura?
In New York City on West End. She would come to LA and stay with him, or with me, or in a hotel.
Who else was Ms. Ventura seeing?
Scott Muscuddy, Cuddy.
How'd you learn that?
She brought him to my apartment.
What did she say?
She texted me they were going to this public place in LA. I told her it was a bad idea, and to delete the text.
Why?
If Mr. Combs learned about Mr. Mr. Combs paid for my phone, and hers. I took Cassie to Best Buy to get a burner phone.
When did Mr. Combs return to town?
Not long after. He took Cassie to a hotel, the Cipriani.
And then?
December 22nd, 2011, between 5:30 and 6 a.m. There was banging at my door.
What did you see through the peephole?
A furious Puff.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge told the prosecution to ask another question.
What was his movement?
Pacing with something in his hand.
Did you open the door?
I did.
What was he wearing?
Button-down sweater, torn pants, and he was holding a gun. He came into my apartment and said, why didn't you tell me? Who is Scott? I said, I don't know any Scott.
What did he say?
We're going to go kill this N-word.
Where was the gun?
In his hand. I said I didn't want to go. He said, I don't give a f what you want. Get dressed.
What concerns did you have?
He'd never come to my house.
Did you try to escape?
No, I got dressed.
Who joined in?
Ruben, in the black Escalade, executive class.
Where was Ruben?
Driver's seat. I got in the back seat, right-hand side. Mr. Combs was in the left, next to me. Usually he would have sat in the front. Was in his lap.
How long does it take to drive from your home at the time to Cuddy's house in the Hollywood Hills?
If you push it, 15 to 20 minutes.
What did Mr. Combs and Rube do at Cuddy's house?
They went in.
Could you see in?
Yes,
What did you do?
I called Cassie on her burner. I said, "Cassie, where the f?" I told her Puff was at Cootie's house. Then I changed her number in my phone to my best friend Stormy.
What did you hear on the phone?
That Scott was at Cassie's.
When Mr. Combs came back?
He took my phone and called the last number. Then I saw Cootie driving up. Mr. Combs saw my face and said, "There's that N-word right there." We drove off and saw the police driving the other way, toward Cuddy's. Puff was pulling himself together. We stopped at the Key Club and he told me to call Cassie.
What did he tell you to tell Cassie?
That he had me and wouldn't let me go.
How did Ms. Ventura respond?
She said, "Okay, come get me." She was calm.
Who drove you home?
Reuben.
What did Mr. Combs then tell you?
To convince Cuddy not to say that it had been him at his house. I picked up Cassie.
Where did you go?
We went to Cuddy's and tried to convince him not to file a police report.
What did you tell them?
That Puff came to my house with a gun.
What did you tell them he said?
If you tell on him, he'll hurt us all.
What was Mr. Muscotti's reaction?
Mind blown.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained, and the judge told the jury to disregard the last answer.
What happened at the house?
He was kicking Cassie again and again.
How was Cassie?
In the fetal position. Mr. Combs kicked her all the way to the street. She was crying silently.
Where was he kicking her?
Her backside.
Where were you?
5 feet away. So was Rube.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, "If you jump in, I'm going to you up too."
What did Rube do?
Nothing.
Who did you call?
D-Rock, I told him, "Tell your brother to stop Puff. He is kicking the S*** out of her." I called Paulie too. I said he'd take care of it, but Rube did nothing.
What next?
Mr. Combs told me to get the out too. I left on foot.
Could you still see her getting kicked?
Until I went around the bend.
Then who did you call?
Regina Ventura. I told her, "He's kicking the out of your daughter. I can't call the police, but you can."
Why didn't you call the police?
The mission of the day was to get Cootie, so no calling police.
This email, who is it from?
Cassie. She wrote that he would be releasing tapes about me, and he would have someone else hurt me and Scott Muscooty.
Do you recall if you responded to this?
I don't.
Did law enforcement call you?
The arson investigators. Cootie had given them my name. I hung up on them. I just wanted this over.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, "I should kill you, bitch, and I should cut her face."
How many times did Mr. Combs threaten you?
I'd say 50 times. D-Rock was there, just doubling down on whatever Puff was saying in the moment.
Who is Harv Pierre?
The president of Bad Boy Records. I told him Puff had kidnapped me.
What did Harv Pierre tell you?
He said, "That's crazy, but it's going to be okay." I got a termination notice. I was accused of not properly putting in for the vacation I was on.
Had you put in?
Yes, to Harv Pierre.
Did you lose benefits?
All of them. Health, 401k, my house and car.
What did Mr. Combs say?
That I would never work again, that he would make me kill myself.
Did you get a job offer?
I did, but it fell through. I couldn't get a job.
Did you settle with Mr. Combs?
In October 2012, for
At this moment, the defense objected, and then they asked if he can approach, and they had a sidebar. Then they continued.
Aside from that settlement agreement, do you have any other pending litigation against Mr. Combs?
No.
Did you go back to work for him?
2016, no one else would hire me. Cassie had a new record deal with Epic.
Who did you have to get approvals from?
Sean Combs. Cassie was taking more drugs.
Was she still dating Mr. Combs?
Yes.
In December 2023, why did you retain an attorney?
I was traumatized by Cassie's civil complaint. Her complaint did not reference me. I reached out to Mr. Combs and said, "I want my life back. You kidnapped me."
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
Was there a discussion of you working for Mr. Combs again?
Yes, as chief of staff.
When did you last speak with Ms. Ventura?
2018,
And Mr. Muscotti?
2012.
No further questions.
At this moment, it was time for the cross-examination.
We met in April 2024. You had a lawyer, Brian Friedman?
Yes.
You wanted to come back and work with Mr. Combs, right?
We discussed it. Yes.
You saw Ms. Geragos taking notes?
Yes.
You said you didn't think Cassie was good for Mr. Combs. Why?
I just thought they were toxic.
Tell me about when you were in NY.
I was in the Bronx. I hated it. It was 2002. I met Jeanette, then Mr. Combs. In 2001 was the World Trade Center thing. Then I met Mr. Combs.
He wasn't doing drugs, right?
He did ecstasy in Daddy House.
But it got worse?
Yes.
You authorized Mr. Freeman to seek a job for you?
It was all very procedural, lawyer to lawyer.
But you were told you couldn't be given a job in the middle of the investigation?
I don't remember that.
Read this and let me know when you're done. Do you remember saying you had the biggest crush on him?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of 403. Then the judge asked the defense, and the defense said, state of mind. And the prosecution answered with, it's offering the truth. The defense said, we had a stipulation on this. Then they had a sidebar, then continued.
You called him Chalk for chocolate?
I did.
You started with Def Jam, Run DMC?
I don't go back that far. I'm more Foxy Brown, Redline, Jay-Z.
So how did you come to work for Mr. Combs?
I put my resume on Monster. After the World Trade Center thing, he said, you'd work for me? I was like, maybe. He was acting on Broadway and Raisin in the Sun. I was impressed.
He had a major part?
He was a star. Then I shadowed him on the Vote or Die campaign. My job was to get the t-shirts on the celebrities and into the photo shoots. I'd call them and say, Puff wanted them to come.
And they came?
They did.
How long before the jewelry missing thing?
It was about 4 months. On the 4th of July, he threw a white party at his home on the Hamptons that year with Vote or Die.
When did the jewels missing happen?
After July 4th, the jewels were still on loan from Jacob the jeweler.
Who else got lie detector?
Mike B., his stylist. He too had gone to street level of 1440 for manicures. The lie detector test was the next day.
You never told HR?
No, I got fired for 3 weeks.
How did you get unfired?
I went to work on his 35th birthday at Cipriani to do the celebrity list. I came back.
2004 to 2006.
Not all.
As personal assistant?
Then liaison. I was making $65,000 for Combs, then $90 at Jive.
Why'd you come back to Combs?
I had gotten top records for R. Kelly. Mr. Combs said he was impressed, asked me to come back for Sean Jean for women. I think I was a really good employee for him.
He told you were awesome?
He did not use that word.
You worked hard for him?
I did.
Others worked hard too, right?
Not as hard as me. I did learn a lot from Mr. Combs. He broke that glass ceiling for us Black people in the business world.
Do you need a minute?
No, it's just complicated.
At this moment, they took a break, then continued.
When you went into the park, it was to Tavern on the Green.
We parked there. Earlier in the day in the park, we ran into Nas.
When you say he had Ms. Ventura spin, who was there? Let me show you what you said. You said Lorianne Gibson was there?
They misheard me.
When did you first meet Cassie Ventura?
I met her with Ryan Leslie.
Why did you not get along with Cassie sometimes?
In 2008, she got more bravado being his girlfriend the longer it lasted. She thought I was being paid to help her.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge sustained it and told the defense to re-ask it.
What did you see?
She went from being a sweet model to being a feisty girlfriend.
Do you think she was talented?
She had talent and was very beautiful.
But not talented?
She was not. I have good taste. Talented to me is Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Cassie, she was more of a studio musician. She needed things equalized.
Did she perform live?
A couple times. Not the greatest.
Was she a hard worker?
At times.
When wasn't she a hard worker?
She preferred to be with her boyfriend. When we moved to LA after Kim had the twins, 2009-ish, I saw her developing more of her relationship with Puff, with Mr. Combs.
He supported her?
Yes, with stylists, other musicians, all the components to make a star.
Did she get more help than others?
Yes, Young Jock and a group from Atlanta. I developed French Montana. I ran into Cassie. She said she had a new deal with Epic. I dressed her like David Bowie. We did a photo shoot at my house. We wrote a mini movie and shot it for the project.
What about Official Girl?
Super cute video.
King of Hearts?
It was fresh. Puff liked it.
Cassie had a green wig?
Yes.
We moved to admit this witness.
At this moment, the prosecution said there is a ceiling issue.
You don't remember this email?
I don't.
Here in 2012, you are setting up a recording session for Cassie.
Mario Wienans was, for the chairman.
For Mr. Combs?
Yes.
When did you learn Cassie was dating Kid Cudi?
Fall of 2011. I picked her up there.
You believed that after Thanksgiving, Ms. Ventura and Kid Cudi were what?
Getting to know each other.
Why'd you get her a burner phone at Best Buy?
I told her, you cannot do this on your bad boy phone.
How did you know about burner phones?
I grew up in Los Angeles.
In December 2011, Mr. Combs was at an orphanage in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
I heard it was Russia.
How did Mr. Combs get into your building?
I was told the security guard got fired.
What was his name?
Some random security guard.
What did he look like?
Black guy, younger than 35.
What was Mr. Combs doing with the...
He had it in his hand.
He wasn't pointing it at you?
No,
But you told the government he pointed it at you.
it says, or waved it around. That's more correct.
Where did you change into street clothes?
In my closet.
Isn't it true you went so that Mr. Combs wouldn't do something stupid?
No, I went because he said he didn't care. I didn't want to go.
He's a jealous guy?
He has a bad temper.
To the Escalade, did you pass a security guard?
I saw him in his little hut.
Mr. Combs was behind the driver with a gun on his lap. You made a call?
Not then.
Did you look at Kid Cudi's door to see if they could get through it?
I was not really paying attention. I was so in my head, trying to plan my next step. I was praying that Cudi was not in there.
Did Cassie have 2 rooms?
Cudi took her to one room. She had another.
You are 100% that you called and told them Puff had a gun?
Yes, I said it very quickly. I didn't want Puff to see me on the phone.
Did you say that Lauren London was on the phone with you and Cassie and Cudi?
No, only part of the time. I wanted someone to know where I was.
What did you tell her?
I'm scared of mountain lions.
Mountain lions?
I don't know if you know the Hollywood Hills coyotes. Maybe Lauren was on the phone. Maybe. It's such a long time ago.
Are you aware that Lauren and Mr. Combs were friends for years after this?
Yes,
Then you see the Porsche coming up the hill?
yes. Cudi is in the black Porsche. He stops next to us, then speeds off. We chase him.
Then
He loses us. We turn away. Then we see police pass us.
you go to pick up Cassie and go where?
Cudi's house. There was ADT there.
Then you go to Mr. Combs' house and you say you see Mr. Combs kicking Cassie there and even in the street?
Yes,
You hung up on the fire inspector?
I did.
When you were on vacation, it was with who?
Rihanna.
After you were fired, what job did you get?
I was hired by Chris Lighty to work for 50 Cent.
Here you wrote to Mr. Combs, one day you'll forgive me. Anyway, be well.
Yes.
You wrote on February 28th, 2015, your grace period to be mad at me has surpassed the agreed time LOL. You wrote that.
Yes, sir.
Please read that out loud.
I wrote, she was never my friend. She wanted me gone, I realized.
Did you think Cassie wanted you gone?
Sorry. This is complicated for me. I felt that I was Puff's protector. I felt I was the only one gone. She was still there, and things were getting worse. I tried to keep professionalism as the goal.
You thought you could be his protector?
It was to move the ball toward the goal, to inspire.
Did it hurt that he would only take you back because Cassie wanted?
Yes, I have no parents. My son is autistic. My stakes are higher, sir.
Can I talk to the government?
At this moment, they had a sidebar and then continued.
Just a few more minutes and we'll get you out today.
Thank you, sir.
You did a lot of great work with Cassie in 2016 and 2017, right?
I believed so.
Cassie had addiction problems?
Yes.
You made a short movie with her?
It was called Love a Loser.
You wrote to him asking for forgiveness?
I wanted my life back, my dream, my competency.
When you met with me, you wanted to work for him, right?
We discussed it.
Nothing further.
At this moment, the redirect began.
How much was Mr. Combs required to pay you?
At this moment, the judge asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
What happened with the job with Chris Lighty?
He died the day before I was supposed to start. Then, at Interscope, it wasn't about a job. They told me to leave Puff alone.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
I was blacklisted.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
Why did you return to work for Mr. Combs?
So people could see I wasn't disposable. At this level of business, he held all the power.
Why did you meet them?
Get my life back.
In the kidnapping? Did Mr. Combs carry a gun?
Yes.
At this moment, the day in court was over, and that was Capricorn Clark's testimony today. What do you think about it? Who do you think did better, the prosecution or the defense? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.